Hello everyone, it's your boy Saheb Plays, and today we're discussing a special video about the basis of Fortnite and the state of Fortnite in the current time in season 5. And I just want to discuss about what it's like, whatever other people's opinions are in the Fortnite community, and what I'd like to share about the Fortnite community, and what I want to give a message to Fortnite, and maybe how they can improve the game possibly, because there are obviously many ways video games can be improved, like Fortnite for example. I just feel like I should spread out a message as well for people to at least agree with or hear me out and what I want to say. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So if you don't know, at the moment there's gonna be I think there's 100 players, and the games do go quick depending on what type of game mode you're playing. Like casual does go quite quick. Like most seasons it's been going quick, like during the last few chapters, we all know that. Especially in season 2, there's a problem with the AI bots. They added Fortnite AI bots. If you don't know what they are, they're programmed players which are meant to be eliminated for your practice sake, but they weren't very good. And I feel like that sort of stuff made the game really short and everything. Like if you were to do like a squad match, you'd end up with roughly 20 players in the second zone or the first zone. It was ridiculous in season 2, chapter 2 obviously, and really just the same thing happened in season 3 as well. There's a bunch of players just dying. If you do a solo, you just farm up. By the time you farmed up one house and just got everything you wanted from the house, like literally you would have in the first zone only 16 players, and it was really awful. This season I feel like it's quite vice versa, so I feel like there's more, the games are longer, but I feel like there's less action, if you know what I mean by that. I'm just going to explain in a second. So when you play Fortnite Battle Royale, for example, just say going to solo matches or whatever, nowadays when you farm up, you do so and so. There's because they Fortnite sorted out the skill-based matchmaking problem. They've sorted it out now, so that there aren't really any issues with how the games last, and how difficult the game is with sweats. How much of the percentage of the lobby is bots, real players, casual players, and sweats. So I feel like the game's balanced out now in terms of how long the games last, and I've been realising that when I've been playing solos, the first circle there's still at least somewhat 45 players, 45. You know how much that is. If you don't know what that is, you better count it on your hands, because that's a lot of people to defeat in one zone, and there's a lot of people to compete against. So I feel like there's definitely more players, but I feel like there's less action, because really I'm not seeing enough sort of ability, or you could say action going around the zone. For example, there's not enough movement, I feel like, and as I've already discussed, it's just a sort of idea that I want to present out to you guys, what Fortnite should hear me out as, and maybe you can change the game a bit because I feel like there's not enough movement. That's why I can't really battle out opponents. I feel like you guys might have the same. If you do have the same thing, please comment in the comment section, because I will know about that's true or not, because I've heard about it a lot. And I feel like there's some reason to what the games don't last as long, and I feel like that's kind of a problem. So what I was thinking of in this situation to improve the game's thoughts on this, I feel like they should add 150 players, and they should add some sort of improvement to how many people respawn. So if there's 150 players, say as if you normally have 45 players in a solo game, instead you'll have 85. And I think there should be more respawn ways in team games. For example, if you do duos, your teammate dies, you could probably buy them back from buying stations somewhat, implementing different ideas from different games, because many games implement lots of different things from each other. They just learn from each other. Implementing just helps the game. Many games improve their quality of the gameplay and make it more entertaining. It's not copying. I bet you guys will just start spamming Call of Duty. It's a complete copy, but no, not really. It's just an idea which is being implemented most games are. So I just really wanted to say that about how the game should improve, and there's many more other things that I would like to discuss, and let's go straight into it now. So okay, let's get straight into it, guys. So obviously, if you don't know, there's a lot of there's a lot of players that like want the action nowadays, because you can say people are more thirsty just to get elimination somewhat, but I feel like that's not the problem. Like people are thirsty, and that's kind of their own fault. But what the problem of the game is overall is the action. Even for like new players who jump into the game, they want to have this. They want to have fun on the game, which they enjoy. They can have fun with their friends and constantly battle out and a constant action somewhat. And I don't feel like new players have really experienced that nowadays, and I don't think people will be as interested as a new player. And I feel like the atmosphere in Fortnite is changing a lot since the last few seasons, and I feel like they should bring it back, the atmosphere that really positive and really like what was special in Chapter 1 to make people play the game even late through like Season 10 or Season 9. I feel like the idea of the action that existed back then really should be brought back, because fair enough, the old map used to be a smaller map and a lot of action, because there's a lot of action possible because you can easily get from one place to the other in a shorter map. So I feel like there's more movement, as already said. And with that, I was thinking of mobility. Like the helicopters being vaulted, the planes being vaulted. There are vehicles starting to get vehicles under the game, but I feel like there should be like some more vehicle ideas. Like maybe a motorbike, maybe a scooter. There's been in the first the Chapter 2 trailer when Season 1 came out. There's a tractor like in the trailer, and we thought the tractor might be mobility. They could do that. They could even do like some sort of like random items. Like they could do like really funny items. Maybe somewhat this season, like there's like somewhat like the Kevin the Cube, like the bouncer thing where you used to bounce on the Loot Lake. They could somewhat implement that in some sort of way, like by adding somewhat like some item. They can do that, and I feel like there should be much more like that. And also I was going to say about the new weapons, like the counterparts. And I feel like since this is already coming to the game, we know that. I feel like this should be much more like in depth. I'm going to explain next video probably, but I just want to give a small leak about that as well. So as what I said from before about the fact that the game needs to really change its like performance on how the interests and like how people find Fortnite Battle Royale as a game at the moment. Like, because obviously, as I said about the new players and everything, and the people playing the game casually and maybe even competitively or just for streaming, like I feel like there should be somewhat more action. Like, my main word for this video is basically like how action should be like improved or like better in Fortnite at the moment, because I feel like that's somewhat like a message I want to like spread to the Fortnite community and Fortnite, so they can hear me out maybe, and maybe make a small change or some tweak to the game to really make an impact about what I said. And what I'm thinking of that is that if that happens, I feel like the entertainment of this game will really be like risen a bit, just like you could think of like Call of Duty. You really are rewarded for everything you do. Like if you think of Warzone, you battle out, you get like all sorts of different items, you fight, you try to get some damage to players, you try to get some eliminations, you try to get the dub, you might not get it, you can go to the gulag, and then you can obviously fight again and get some teammate. You can get the teammates back. You really are constantly getting the action. You constantly like talking to your friends, really get engaging with like the complete performance of the match through an entire duration. 150 players. I'm not copying or giving that simple advice which implements Warzone. I'm just trying to give an idea which somewhat like helps the Fortnite in its own ways and its like own speciality. So I really just wanted like almost just set a word out there to say like Fortnite here, you need to understand this and please work on this, just like many other messages are in the Fortnite community heard out. I feel like mine should be not like clear to make the least of words I'm gonna say. And yeah, that's basically the main point of that. And one more thing was about the Fortnite competitivity. So if you don't know, many competitors or like Fortnite pro players, if you want to talk about, like they've actually been played like underwage or whatever you could say, and I feel like Fortnite competitivity is like starting to die. I'm not really feeling like the engagement, or I feel like not many people are feeling the engagement of competitive Fortnite anymore, and a lot of people like the audience don't really have the hype anymore out there. They're not like, oh wait, great, we got a tournament, like please let's put our greatest creator, like for example you talk about Ninja, our greatest competitor, we want him to do well, we want him to perform the best in the tournament, we really want him to do this. Like I feel like the engagement of the like the competitivity or like competitive Fortnite is just really low, and especially with the fact that pro players are playing under like they've been paid much less than they normally were. Like obviously now they're starting to be paid like less than half than what they used to be, which is kind of shocking. But yeah, I feel like as well as competitive players just not really taking the competitivity as such as it like in such an interesting way. I feel like the same way the community is just not really taking it seriously, or you could say I'm not even like exciting up what should be a huge part about Fortnite and the competitivity, all the gaming. Like I did a tournament earlier. Obviously, this was for fun. For mine's not a great example, but just to say, like in the least, it really needs to be changed. But overall, yeah, that's my message. What do you guys think about it? Put in the comment section. And if you do like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. See ya.